First to the key. First to the egg. Greetings guys, Dave here, DCPFX. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about a movie I enjoyed from 2 years ago and a book I enjoyed as well. Ready Player One. Well, for a kid who grew up in the 80s, what a movie and what a book that was. It definitely was a fun way of going back to when I was a kid. I was born in 1967, so I was in my teens in the 80s. It was an interesting time. It was funny seeing everything change early 80s to late 80s. Anyway, when this movie came out, I thought, I don't know, and I waited for it to come out on video, and I saw a copy of it, and I liked it. I did. I really enjoyed it. I showed it to my kids. They liked it. After I enjoyed watching the movie, I got a copy of the book and read it, and wow. Ready Player One was a book written by Ernest Cline. 2011 is when it was published. The movie was done then in 2018. Steven Spielberg did it. Lots of Easter eggs. And I'm watching this movie and the amount of different things in there. The Batmobile's in there. You know, Batman's in the opening credits, essentially. You've got Van Halen music. You've got Hall & Oates music. You've got so many different things. You've got RoboCop. You've got Iron Giant. Like, the licensing on this must have been phenomenal to get it all done. But I guess when you're Steven Spielberg, you can do that. For those who haven't seen it, the story is set in a dystopian 2045 where everything's just gone to heck. It's a family station. They talk about the corn syrup riots and everything else. And the main character is Wade Watts, and he escapes to a virtual reality called the Oasis. And he has a whole character there, Parzival. The person who created the Oasis, he hid throughout his creation, the Oasis, which is an online virtual reality. He hid, James Halliday by the way, hid keys throughout the Oasis. Whoever gets all 3 keys unlocks the egg, and the egg gives you control of the Oasis. Now there's a whole story on the back end of an evil corporation called IOI. They're trying to win the eggs as well, so they can take over and then monetize the whole thing. It's like evil corporation versus, you know, the plucky young startup guy. Anyway, lead character Parzival, he figures out the clues and gets the keys. The reason I was talking about it today is my kids love this movie, so I made the keys. So we have the copper key, the jade key, and the crystal key. Now this is just silver and white. I didn't have any clear filament, so you do what you do. Now, when I gave these to my girls for Christmas last year, I put them in a box, and I just had from Anorak. One of the characters in the movie is called Anorak. Now, the reason I was talking about this is it just popped in my mind because I really enjoyed it. I'm watching more 80s, 90s things. You know I did it 3 months ago, but I'm watching The Stand again just because it all starts in the middle of June, and June's coming. And I always like it because one of the big days of the plague is my birthday, and that's always fun. But I just want to talk about this because I really enjoyed it. I mentioned it to some friends. I said, have you seen this yet? And they said, no, I haven't. And then other friends, oh, I saw it. I haven't read the book yet. Well, here, let me give you a copy of it. You can read. I loaned my copy to him. And this is great. A lot of it in the book, not filmable. A lot of the challenges in it are like, you know, a video game challenge for 3 hours. Like, who's going to watch that? Like, come on. This isn't Tron or this isn't War Games. It's more action-based. But in the end, I found it very satisfying. It was a fun movie. I just love all the 80s references. Like when the CNN series, the 80s, the decade that made us, comes on, I'll watch it again and again. I just love all those references. Same with the 70s and the 90s. Those are all great. Things were so great in the early 80s. It's such a great time. And then, well, the gangs came out later. But anyway, really enjoyed the 80s. Enjoyed my formative years. And that's what they say, that, you know, really the best time in your life is when you're, you know, growing up, when you're in your formative years, becoming who you're going to be. Had I known way back then that being a nerd and a geek was going to pay off well for me, I would have more embraced it, sort of hidden it. Like here I am in my Gregarious Games t-shirt because I have them and I wear it. I love it. Anyway, if you haven't seen Ready Player One, check it out. It's available. Like, it's on Netflix now. So who doesn't have a Netflix account? It's a fun watch. It's a fun 2 hours. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna pop it in tonight because I love that movie. I'm gonna watch it again, even though I'm in the middle of the stand. I'm just gonna do Ready Player One because I like it. That's my video for the day. hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for coming in and checking me out. Now, if you haven't already and you just sort of found this as you're surfing through, hit subscribe and then click on the bell. Then anytime I make a new video, you're gonna get notification that I've done that. I welcome some of my new subscribers. I'm getting close to 150. Appreciate you coming in and checking me out, and I appreciate the comments. So thanks. As a total aside, I've been thinking about starting up a stream. I was wondering if that'd be something that people would want to get involved with, sort of more interactive. We could come in, we can chat, and people can ask questions about, well, how do you make a 2-part mold? How do you do this? How do you do that? I'm having problems with my circuit. I can't maybe set an hour a week, an hour a month to sit down and do a stream and just chat. And then I'll post it up on YouTube for people to watch after the fact. Just a thought, if you think that's a great idea, leave a comment down below and I'll compile them together and maybe we'll do something like that in the near future. Hope everyone's staying safe. Have a good one.